Right, peace and light, YouTube. It is your boy, the one, the only, the real CT. And I am finally back in this thing, y'all. It's been a tough week, but I am here, y'all. We got to get into some things. Now, first, I want to welcome you to my channel. If you're new to the channel, if you're not, welcome back. I want to shout out all our new subscribers, y'all. My subscriptions, y'all. We're going to get them subscribes up. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for liking the channel. I've been seeing the views go up. I was like, okay, the people is rocking with your boy. All right, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. I appreciate all the love. I thank you for commenting, sharing your thoughts. Thank you for liking, commenting, and sharing all your thoughts. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing for real. I really do appreciate it because y'all keep me going. So I'm here. I'm gonna give y'all a little lengthy one today since I ain't post earlier this week, which I was trying to get around to it, but life was life and y'all. But first, I have to welcome y'all. As y'all know, I am your boy, the real CT, and you know I'm bringing you nothing but real moments, real headlines, real life, real CT. Now, y'all, let's get into this video. First, I want to start off with none other than I want to love you, PYT, pretty young thing. Y'all, MJ. Hold on, wait, let me get the bell ready. MJ. Y'all, did y'all go out and see MJ? I went out to see MJ, and when I tell you, I'm not only a fan of MJ, but I am now a fan of Jafar Jackson, which Jafar Jackson is Michael Jackson's nephew, y'all. I was so impressed with that movie. If y'all have not seen that movie, I'm trying not to, I'm gonna try, you know what? If you ain't seen it, you might want to log out. 'Cause I'm about to give you some spoiler alert. I'm about to give you some spoiler alerts, so go ahead and log off right now. Y'all, did y'all see Jafar do them daggone splits and twists and foot bends and turns and twists? I thought I was looking at Mike. He said, "I'm Michael Jackson. I'm Michael Jackson." I thought I was looking at Michael and Tito and all of them. Y'all, that movie was good. Now, the only thing that I disliked about the movie is the abrupt ending of, I know it was ending in the concert. So ever since that movie, I had to do a deep search, y'all. I had to do a deep search. You know, people have been boosting. I don't really do Twitter, but people have been talking about it all over the internet. I've been on Threads. I've been looking what people been saying about Threads, and it has really like re-enlightened the world on how talented Michael was, and just all the that he went through, the trauma that he went through. So I started to reflect. I was like, you know what? Because don't get me wrong now. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I told the people, this right here, this is the Michael that I knew. And I liked all forms of Michael, but I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you, this is the last one that I was really with. You feel me? I mean, I like the others Michael after. I like White Michael. I like White. Look, I like White Michael too now. But this one right here is like the last one. And then I like how they showed in the movie how he got his nose job and everything. So I'm like, okay. I don't mean no harm, no shade, no foul. MJ did have a big nose. He did have a big nose, but I thought the nose was okay. But you know, who am I to stand against the guy in his nose? So okay, I get the first. Okay, the man said that so I did a deep dive. I don't think they said it in the movie. I did a deep dive and I watched the different faces of Michael, y'all. And the man said that the look that Michael wanted to achieve, alleged, the look that he wanted to achieve would be a process. It would probably take 2 or 3 times. So I was like, okay. They showed the picture the 2 times. I was like, okay, the 2, that's enough. The nose was nose. And the 2 was enough, Mike. But then they said Mike went in for the 3. 3, I was like, all right. 3, it looked like this. I'm like, all right, Mike, you pushing it. You pushing it. And then all the other ones, he started doing the dimples, the nose, the chin, the lips, the face. I was like, oh, hell, Michael, you done up. Michael, you done up. Then I did a y'all. When I tell y'all, I've been so far in the MJ hole. I done watched the doctor talk about how MJ had other doctors that was supplying him the drug. I was like, damn, MJ was on drugs, y'all. MJ was on drugs. No, he didn't do street drugs, but he was still on them. And I was like, damn, they killed MJ, y'all. They killed MJ. And then I came across this clip, y'all. I came across this clip. Because people been saying that for years. And in my deep dive, fuck you if you say this. I don't think MJ did nothing to them kids. MJ didn't harm them kids. I don't believe it. I done watched interview of the mama. I done watched the cousin, the sister, the brother. When I tell y'all, I have been on an MJ deep dive. Shout out to you, Detail, because Detail, look up that channel. I think it's The Detail or Detail. When I've been telling you, I've been looking up all of the clips, interviews, and then Latoya. Oh, y'all. Ooh, don't let me get into Latoya. La 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 la, you and Latoya. Latoya, you was a dirty low down. You was dirty and low down. I looked at you too. I looked at the interviews with you, and y'all. Why didn't nobody tell me Latoya dogged Michael for years? And then she came out and said her husband was making her allegedly do these things because he said if she didn't, he was gonna kill her and kill MJ. But you know what? Woo! Do I want to, Trev? Do you, CT? Do you really want to touch on that? Do you? Because y'all, it be the closest people to you. They be the worst ones, the dirtiest. They do you dirty. Ooh. I'm not gonna go there. Let me breathe. Peace and light, peace and light, Trev. Peace and light, peace and light, peace and light. CT, peace and light. Y'all, the closest one, kinfolk, blood folk, friends, you can't trust them. You can't trust them. What's that Vicky say? You can't trust them. You can't trust them. No, she said you can't find one. You can't trust them. You can't trust them. You can't trust them. You can't trust none of these motherfuckers out here. I tell you, they will cut you as you look at them. But that's another topic, another day. I'm not gonna go there today. But back to what I was saying. MJ was murdered. I believe it. That's it. That's done. He was not a pedophile. And anybody else that get in my comment and try to tell me MJ was a pedophile, you're going to have to fight me. Period. Now, MJ did have a lot of trauma. And we really need to get to, as a society, we need to start talking about our issues, our traumas. And we need to stop projecting so much and just get help, y'all. Because this is a time that this is, I'm getting off again, but MJ, he did experience a lot of trauma. Now that hurt. I now understand. I was a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? I was a little more merciful. Well, not merciful, but I can't think of the word right now. But my heart really just broke for MJ because all this that he really went through with that industry, with his childhood growing up. And I did see where the mom said, they felt like he had a childhood, but he didn't feel like he had enough of a childhood. So they said a lot of people, even I looked at an interview with Stephanie Mills, where she was his first girlfriend. See, this is stuff the media don't talk about, y'all. And she talked about how it was always, just people thought he was soft. They tried to say he was gay. He just had a soft voice. He had a sweet spirit, just a soft-spoken person. They say they never seen him angry. He would never, and I believe it. It's because where there's smoke, there's fire. For IE, take the Diddler. When we think of Diddy, we hear the roars, and it's two different. When I say the roars and the whispers, it's two different things because with anybody, any person, there may always be whispers or projection of what people think of someone. That's always going to be a whisper. But on the other hand, like the Diddler, when you start hearing the same people. It's one thing, you got a couple people, they trying to project something onto somebody. But it's another thing when you start hearing people saying stuff that it's you see for yourself, you like, oh no, where there's smoke, there's fire. No, something is going on. Like, no. And I just feel like all them years, those trials, all that stuff they took MJ through, if he really did that, they would have brought it out. They would have brought it out. They deter his name because he bought them catalogs. Bottom line is he bought all them catalogs. And then when he went on that last tour, he told those people that he only wanted to do 10 shows, and that company signed him up to do 50, and they outsold the tickets. They didn't talk about the outcome, but what I do know is them people had insurance on MJ. And what I do know, he was addicted before that Murphy guy, the one that went to prison for 4 years. Oh yeah, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm down deep in it. I'm deep in the MJ tunnel. That one that went to prison, y'all know he's back over in, it's somewhere across the water. I think it's Trinidad. He did 4 years. And my heart, I hate to say this, my heart kind of broke for that man too, because he was the fall guy. No, now I do agree he shouldn't have been giving MJ whatever, that morphine, propofol, all that stuff to him. But the thing about it is he was getting that way prior to this man even came in the picture, y'all, by other several different doctors. And then really up to his death, up to the leading of his death, y'all. And y'all let me know if y'all really want me to go into it, and I'll play some video footage of the things that I've been seeing and researching they talked about. Y'all drop in the comments if y'all really want me to do a deep dive, because if that's the case, I will do a separate video and we will talk about MJ and the conspiracy theories, the whole video. But this is the last thing I'm going to say, then I'm going to move on. What I will say is leading up to his death, y'all, they said that he was going to get facial stuff, and he was going for 3 to 4 hours a day. The TMZ said they would follow him. They were getting reports that MJ was at a plastic surgery getting supposed work done 3 to 4 times. 3 to 4 hours per day for days leading up to his death. And the procedures that they said that he would supposedly be getting in his face did not require anesthetic, people. They murdered MJ. I'm just saying. Last but not least, I seen that was trending. They was like, people was like, oh, they smeared MJ's name with the whole pedophilia. But a lot of people was like, a lot of people kind of just fell off with MJ because, it don't matter if you're black or white. And, I had to say, I said, I ain't even gonna hold you. I said, I liked the MJ. I did. I love MJ. And this movie really helped me understand and have more compassion for. So I was like, I had a conversation with my mama. Y'all know, me and my mama, that's my age school book. I said, we was talking. I said, Mama, would you change your skin color? And she was like, oh, no. I get it. I understand. They said he had the vitiligo and he changed it. I get it. And my thing was, I wasn't too, gone home that he changed his skin. I'm 14 minutes in this. I got to move on, y'all. I was never gone on that he changed his skin. It wasn't about the whiteness, but it was more so when he started messing with his cheeks, his chin, and his lips and stuff. I was like, okay, I said, MJ, he scared me as a kid, especially that Thriller scared the out of me. And then when he really turned white, get it off the screen. I'm a little scared right now. Let me turn it back. Woo! MJ was scaring me. I ain't even gonna hold you. I told the people, I said, MJ was scaring me. I was scared. I said, I'm gonna leave MJ alone. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, MJ. He's at peace. God rest his soul. But that was for me. It was never that he changed the skin. I understand. Okay, he had vitiligo. He said he didn't want to look at the spots and all that. it was able to afford the surgery. Okay, so be it. And I said to myself, I love being black. Not only do I love and MJ said he loved being black too, but um, but that's neither here nor there. But I was saying to myself, I love myself. Like for real. When I look in the mirror, I like what I see. Like honestly, I really love myself. Like change my skin color. And if they call and tell me I got vitiligo tomorrow, vitiligo it is. God forbid we ain't putting it in the atmosphere. Rebuke in the name of Jesus. Amen. All right, y'all. Next up, we got to get into the City Girls. But yo, listen, if you ain't gone to see that MJ movie, I'm gonna need y'all to get into it. And it is being reported that MJ2 has been greenlit, but we probably won't get there. I think they said 27 or it might be early 28. One of the two. Yeah, I think it's late 27, early 28, one of the two. But I pray it's been greenlit because I'm like, I need more than just cutting him off at his 1998 tour. No, take us through those years. What was he thinking? What were the people around him witnessing? Let's touch on the drug use. They want to touch on the drug use with everybody else. Let's touch on it with Michael too. Because he was on drugs, guys. I hate to say it, but I don't think it was something that he really can control because one, and I said I'm moving on. One, that anesthetic that what he was getting, he couldn't even give it to himself. So we gonna leave that there. But y'all drop in the comments, y'all want me to do a deep dive and we go over some videos and we talk about it. All right, but next, y'all, we got to get into the City Girls. All the City Girls are down. City Girls are down. City Girls are down bad, y'all. The first City Girl we're going to get into is Megan Thee Stallion, y'all. Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion, she done come out. It's been reported, y'all, that Megan Thee Stallion has publicly decided to end her relationship with NBA star Klay Thompson. Y'all, can y'all say, are we surprised? Because I'm not. Like, I always thought it was for a publicity stunt. No shade. Like, and I low key, like, I gotta hate love for Megan. Like, it's really not a hate. It's just a dislike. Like, I don't like some of the things she do, but that's neither here nor there. Secondly, just that whole stuff that really went down with her and Tory Lanez, and when she really sat up there on Gayle King and said she lied on that man, and I'm a black man in America, and you lying on black men, I just that has rubbed me the wrong way ever since. Ever since all the lies, the scandal, the discourse. We don't know what's real, what's fake. Because if you start catching a person in so many lies, it's like, damn, I don't know when to believe you. I don't know what you say. And then her raps, I feel like, damn, she can go deeper. Can y'all give me something more, you know, therapeutic rapping, and that last one, my man, my man, my man, my baby, my baby, I like the beat. It was okay, but I'm like, dang, can she talk about anything else other than in her, I mean, for real? So that's why I say I have a dislike and love for Megan. Like, I love her. I root for her because I really want her to win, especially all the trauma she has experienced. But then, like, be authentic. Find something else. If you're an artist, I feel like you should be growing. You don't want to keep talking about the same thing over and over and over and over. But never mind all that. But my thing was this. I never thought this was a for show real relationship. It just never gave that. Honestly, I just never. And then honestly, I see him with someone of another race. Honestly, and I feel like he was just playing around with her because Megan's considered the what? The fun girl. That's why he was with her, the fun girl. And can you blame him? Honestly, because people especially chicks in this society, I just dumped a friendship because all they would talk about is how they want this, how they want that. But when as a friend, I'm gonna tell you the truth. And it's up for you to listen, take my advice, do whatever you want, but don't ask for the truth and then get mad when I tell you. You want to be married, you claim you want a husband, you got to carry yourself as a wife would. Are you a Proverbs 31 woman? Huh? Huh? Hello, Megan. She said she thought she was going to be a wife, y'all. According to reports, she is accusing him of multiple instances of cheating and poor treatment. She stated that trust, fidelity, and respect are non negotiable, noting he got cold feet despite her supporting him during the basketball season. Well, Megan, what did you expect? What did you expect? She expressed her frustration, guys, over supporting Thompson through a difficult basketball season, alleging that he played house with her around his family before demonstrating cold feet. Then this is another thing. This is where maturity comes in, and this is where her age starts to show, because you look at these stars and you think they're, they got all this money and they're so mature and they have this, that, third. But this is where maturity come in. Why is this our business? Now I understand she's a public figure, so she released a statement. I get her releasing a statement through your PR rep. So when you go places and you don't have these reporters constantly asking you about this relationship you don't look in. So I get that. But I feel like that's where you should have stopped. You should have stopped it right there. No, she then goes on Instagram and says cheating had me around your whole family, playing house, got cold feet, holding you down through all of your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous. I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all. Why is that the fans' business? That detail of all of that, but each is damn on, y'all. Next case. And then her ex-boyfriend came out and said that he's tired of holding his peace and he's tired of letting the Lord fight his battle. No, he didn't say that for real, y'all. But I'm just like, dude, why are you even still discussing it? It does give, like you say, you want to defend yourself because people are bringing you up. But I'm like, why even bring attention to it? That's my thing. I digress. Y'all. But City Girls is down. Meg is depressed. Her man done dumped her. Her man, her baby dumped her. Okay. And then we have to get into the next City Girl that's down real bad. Real bad. Drew. Come to the front of the line. Come to the front of the line, Drew. Drew, come to the front of the line, y'all. TMZ, y'all, have obtained the text messages against Drew and Ralph, y'all. Now, I don't think I reported on this, but a few days ago, it was reported that the RHAO star, you guys, Drew Sidora, earns roughly on an average of $12,000 gross income a month. According to court documents from her divorce battle, these documents reveal a significant income gap with her estranged husband, Ralph Pittman, reportedly earning roughly $71,524 monthly in tech, leading to dispute over financial support and housing. Now, the judge has ruled that Drew got to get her and get the hell out. Drew, he said, you got to go. He said, you got to get out. But now, despite her, the judge ruling that she need to be out, Drew is arguing that she cannot afford to immediately move out of the marital home. Now, Drew, I could have sworn last season you said that Ralph was the one hiding all the income statements and that it was like putting all the financial strain on you. And then I'm sure this season, I can't remember what episode it was, but when they were talking about your acting career, you said acting is what pays the bills. And that your acting is what's been paying the bills. So, Drew, how is it now that you only making 12? And then let's be clear. I ain't even gonna say she only making $12,000 because Drew, people in real life that's not on TV, that's not acting, that's not in the entertainment industry, $12,000 is a lot of money a month. That's enough for you to go get a nice little condo, townhouse, or something, Drew. So, like, be for real. Be for real. How is you can't put stuff on $12,000? Well, you might need to stop buying some of them bags, shoes, and purses. You might need to come off of the glam team. Maybe you need to DIY your hair and your lace and your go naked wigs, Drew, because when you say that to the public, $12,000 is not enough for you to immediately move out of your marital home. And then let's forget, you only got one mouth you got to take care of, honestly, because Ralph was awarded temporary primary custody of the children during the school year, alleging excessive absences while they were in your custody. So I mean, okay, maybe they might get to go with you since it's not school year right now. Well, school is still going on, so no, technically they would still be with him. So you just got to worry about getting you and your other son, your older son, out, right, Drew? $12,000. That's a lot of money a month. I'll take it. Look, I'll take it. Drew, come on, do better. Get out them people house. Get out that man house. Because if you're so unhappy, you need to go ahead and move. So, y'all, Drew Sidora has been ordered, reporting. Drew Sidora has been ordered by the Georgia judge to vacate her marital home by May 31st of 2026, y'all, amidst her continuous divorce with Ralph Pittman. Okay. So she has gotten a deadline to be out by May 31st. And the ruling, according to the ruling, it is alleged that the judge is upholding that she must move out. It is a move out order requiring the home to be vacated. Whew, that's crazy. And then, according to this, y'all, it's alleged that the court has ordered the sale of the house with proceeds to be split. Okay, Drew, you got $12,000. You make a month. That's enough to go get you a condo, apartment, a house. Rent what, 2,500, 3,000. So you just gonna have to downsize. That's all. Oh, you can't go stay with your mama, Drew. I ain't even going with that because $12,000. That's enough. You need to downsize on something. If you saying $12,000 is not enough for you to move out, and be for real. Come on, be for real, Drew. And then let's not forget, y'all. Let's get into this right here. Hold on, wait. Here you go. Here you go. Shout out to one of these little. Shout out to TMZ, y'all. TMZ has obtained messages, y'all, between Drew and Ralph where she admits to giving him half of her earnings from her movies and RHOA, not knowing he was already getting his own check for Roa. Huh? How did that work? I thought the men don't get paid off of Roa, allegedly. So how did that work? Or she was paying him out of her money. Which one is it? Drew Sidora, she texts him, I most definitely cannot afford $9K of household expenses at this time. Are you going to pay for half of the groceries as well as half of the kids' expenses for the month? $12,000 and you can't afford groceries? Drew, be for real. Ralph said, good morning. I believe this is very generous as you haven't contributed anything towards the home for a number of years. Ooh. Your attorney should be advising you, but if you don't pay, you will be in contempt. Ooh. Ralph, how can you say I haven't given you money towards the house in years? I've given you 50% of my money for Real Housewives, and all along you were getting paid directly from Bravo as well. Oh, is this right? Where's the proof? Where's the receipt? Show us the receipt, Drew. Not the text messages. TMZ, we need a receipt. It's alleged, this is alleged, y'all. I gave you 50% of my endorsement deals. What? Why the hell you do that, dude? You the one signed that Bravo, not Ralph. 50%? God dang. It said 50% of my endorsements and my movies. Let's talk about how you took 300,000 out of the money I received personally on the personal injury settlement. 300,000, Drew. 300,000, 1,200,000, 50%. This stuff adding up. I'm starting to believe you ain't spending your money the correct way. Because or you just trying to make us something because you want to move out that house. Which one is it, Drew? Which one is it? You need to get out that man house. The court's the rule. And when I can tell y'all something about when a court rules something, that's what it's gonna be. I'm just saying. She asked Ralph, why the mortgage? Oh, no. Who said this? She asked Ralph why the mortgage had not been paid on their home and claimed they were behind $25,000 in payments. Ralph responded, you're making up stuff again, so I won't entertain it. At this point, I'm almost inclined to believe Ralph because why else would the judge rule? Even the judge know $12,000 is enough for you to live on your own. And then, if I'm not mistaken, that one season that they were going back and forth, wasn't their lawyers combing through financial paperwork? So now we do know it's been allegedly reported that Ralph makes 71 plus, and she only makes 12,000. But she's been saying she's been carrying the bills. That's enough for her. I'm done. I'm done. She said you got banished from church. I'm done. Oh, I tried to date the politician. I'm done because now y'all just, and that's another thing. You have to watch out for. You have to watch out for both sexes, honestly, men and women. When women get divorced, you gotta watch out for the man, and when men get divorced, you gotta watch out for the women. Cause I'm telling you, when a divorce take place, you see a different side to people, honestly, and it's sad. It's really sad. But we're gonna move on. Last but not least, we're gonna get into our real moment, and then, well, no, we're gonna get into that last. But last but not least, we gotta get into another city girl. We're gonna get into Portia, 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 Portia. We gotta get into her because Portia did an interview with Carlos, and I have some comments. I have some comments, y'all. The first one I want to get into, and I'm gonna kind of go back and forth with Portia. So first, let's see what we want to get into. Oh, I want to talk about the face. They ended up talking about Portia is the face of Atlanta. Do y'all believe she's the face of Atlanta? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like even though Nini's not there, I still feel like Nini's the face of Atlanta. But I understand what Carlos is trying to say in the in the sense of in the sense of hold on, wait, y'all. All right. Can y'all hear me? Hello? Okay. In the sense of Portia is the only OG. Well, was she? Well, that's not true either because she's not the only OG. But I do get it in the sense of they're trying to. She was the only. She was the first OG to return. Let's just say that because she was there last season. Phaedra didn't come to the end, and I'm thinking about doing Just my thoughts. I'm not gonna do a review, excuse me, of the latest episode, but I might do my thoughts. How I was saying, Phaedra, she stepped up a little more the last episode, but I mean, so far, Phaedra's just been giving friend of energy. It's not been giving, I'm a housewife. It's not been given those old and golden day Phaedra teases, clapbacks. But granted, she was taking off, so maybe she don't want to ruffle too many feathers. But I'm like, clock in, clock in, clock in. Why we love you so much? Clock in and do what we love. Get them together. Now I can't say the last episode of Phaedra, she was more funny, more entertaining, more like the old days, but it's still not all the way there. But back to Portia. Portia first, the clip we were gonna go over is she talks about how she's been the face of Roa. And didn't I tell y'all, if y'all haven't seen my last video, I told y'all how they were trying to make Portia the anchor, but Portia just don't give anchor. So she explained that the reason she hasn't want to fall into that anchor role is because last year was such a hard year for her and her divorce. And this year she's just getting to a place of healing and happiness. So she's just navigating that seat. So let's take a look today, y'all.
Literally my number one most requested guest.
No.
I'm sure you see in the
Are
comments.
you serious?
Anytime I leave you like a love letter in your comments.
Yes, they know we have a love fest.
Yes, they're always like, when is she coming on the show? And you know what's so funny?
What?
The girls assume Portia ain't fucking with Carlos. That's why she ain't going on his podcast.
That's what they think.
The thing is this, I've known you for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Did you ever think in a million years that the girl who started season 5 would become the face of season 17? And you are literally, and this is not me blowing smoke up your ass, and I hope you receive it if you haven't. You have become the face of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Did I know back then that I would be in this place? I knew that I was bigger than my circumstance. I knew that back then, as hard as it was being on the show, being a loner on the show, I don't think people really understand I was a loner for the majority of the time. Like, I didn't take part, or nobody asked me to be a part of any type of alliance or any of that. So I called myself kind of a flirter. I was kind of friends with everyone or none. Yes, I appreciate the accolades. Yes, I appreciate being, one of the more known people on the show. I don't know if I knew that. That really wasn't what I was ever seeking. I just knew I would be successful.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Because I never would have foreseen Nene not being here. I never would have foreseen Kenya not being here. Candy, I never would have foreseen it because we were such a sisterhood, such a family. And outside of a family,
it was good.
We were the
was good.
Bravo.
All
and
of them together
I just
really
knew
were
that we
good.
would always be doing this together. And you don't really see an end to it. You know what I mean? We owned it. It was our house.
Yeah.
So I would just hope like now I'm a good keeper of the house. That one day they may come back to, and even if they don't, I'm a good keeper of it. I'm gonna hold it down. Okay, I'm a part of the fucking foundation.
You are a solidified vet. Let me ask you this.
The foundation?
When season 16 started.
Yeah.
You and Kenya were the vets that came back to sort of resurrect this soft
The
reboot.
foundation is the original
Kenya got
girls though,
suspended
right? Or am I tweaking? Oh, okay.
Show.
It didn't. And not because Kenya didn't have impact. Because when I came back to the show after taking off for 3 years, I was excited to be in the same space as Kenya again. You know what I mean? And I didn't know what the hell that was gonna look like. I didn't know if she was gonna be riding me about my marriage or whatever, or my divorce. And I didn't know if we were gonna be making up and be grown women and try to build a friendship. But I knew that she was going to hold a great space for me as in another leader in the pack.
Yeah.
And, even though this is an ensemble cast and people now think, oh, I like being the head person in charge. No, I love a strong cast. I cannot say that enough.
You do.
I do love a strong cast. I don't need to be the queen of nothing. We all queens as far as I'm concerned, because that means I can work a little less. Work a little less.
Well, them storylines is working real less this season, Portia.
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Kenya having to leave, it did hurt me. It did because
From your rent-a-cop boyfriend and now to your partner, your girlfriend.
I felt like we were able to just meet each other in a different space.
Mhm.
I feel like the space that she and I had built, and yes, I'm gonna add myself in, whether the bitch bullied me for years or not, I'm gonna add myself in because everybody plays a part in a relationship. But I feel like the space we had grown up on the showing was very toxic. And I feel like my time away and her time away, when we came back this time, we wanted to get to know each other on a different space. It was more like, I respect you, respect me. Damn, bitch, I missed you, you missed me. Forget the drama. Let's see if we can get to know each other because we're the last one standing.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I believe
when
that.
she left, it wasn't so much as, dang, how am I going to hold this down? It was, you got to step up to the plate and do what you got to do, you know? Now, unfortunately, when she left, I was divorcing. So I wasn't really in the space to step up. Like that year that she left was probably one of my toughest years coming back. I was started the season going through a divorce. Drew and I were going through it. I just wasn't open emotionally to anybody on the cast except for Cynthia. And so although I knew that there needed to be an anchor at some point, I wasn't ready to do that at that time. I wasn't even ready to open up to the show in that way. Besides, okay, if I need to handle something in a moment, handle it. And when I left, I left. And that's really not the best way to step into that anchor position. I feel like this season, I'm more present. I'm healing. I'm at a better place as far as where I'm healing. And not to say that I'm the anchor or not. I think it's pretty obviously that me, Phaedra, and Cynthia are the anchors.
You are literally.
I'm the only reason I'm gonna give them all three. I felt, well, honestly, if I'm being honest, I feel like Cynthia's more the anchor than Portia or Phaedra. Especially, and this is why I'm leaning more that Cynthia is even more of the anchor. And Cynthia is supposed to be the friend of. That showed you just how much the friend of had to lock in and clock in. I'm sure Cynthia got paid a little more. And the reason I say this is because not only she the friend of, she's getting ready to promote her product. Well, she done already promoted it. And then she hosting a girls trip. That's anchor behavior. And no, I'm not gonna look to Angela, Kelly, the new girls, because they knew this they second season, but they still knew. Anyways, that was one clip that I saw that I was like, So then Portia addressed.
When did you know you was into women?
I always knew.
I knew at 7 I was into boys.
I'm pretty sure around that time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hunt you, everybody. It didn't matter, girl, boy. We just come over. How can we put these two things together? Let's bump belly buttons. And I ain't care what was below the belly button. So at that point I said, yeah, maybe so. Yeah, you think I'm serious. It didn't matter.
Candy been trying to tell us, didn't she, y'all? Oh, okay.
It did. I had me a girlfriend in elementary school and everything.
You did not have a girl in elementary school, Portia.
Yes, I did. She had blonde hair. We used to go to the tire back.
You was in an interracial relationship?
Yes, I was. Oh my God, I never said this before. But
No, okay. My first boyfriend at 7 was Alan. He was a white boy.
Really?
That's why I was laughing.
Really?
I was 7. I lived in St. Paul, Minnesota.
I was definitely in a private school, and we definitely had our favorite tire. We go over there and do a little smooch. Yeah, just
Y'all,
little.
this ain't even funny. This ain't funny because hold up, wait. Y'all, I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing. I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing. At 7 and 6 or whatever time she said 7. 7, y'all bumping cootie cats. At 7, smooching behind. Y'all, now I ain't got no kids, but I can guarantee you. 7, if I had a 7-year-old talking about bumping pussy, I ain't shit because she ain't say bumping pussy, but I'm saying below the belly button, whatever the hell that means. At 7, we got a problem because that's like a charge or something. Because what at 7? No, child. I know I wasn't doing no shit like that at 7. The most they did is Stephen might play hit tag, you know. Now I know a middle school, you know, they like to play tag on the booty, you know. The boys we hit the girl on the butt, the girl hit us on the butt, you know, vice versa. But that was like middle school. 7. And then this then lets me believe, well, who exposed her to this behavior, or where did she get this from at 7? You know, I don't know. I just think of stuff like that. But we
Just
gonna carry
cute and
on.
whatever. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't. They was laughing. I don't really think that's kind of funny, but okay.
as an adult, when you're really thinking about your sexuality, I knew that I was attracted to women. I just never envisioned it being like a true lifestyle. And I think that with what came with my last divorce came me honestly saying, what do I want from my life? Where could my heart lead me? If I were to ever be in another relationship, how can I do that as authentic as I can? What does that look like? And so as I dated Mike and as I dated Patrice, I said, you know what? I'm going to go with the energy that feels the best to me. I'm going to go where the energy and the love feels like home. And I found that with her. I just found it with her. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do just like I do any other relationship. I'm going to walk bold in this. And it ended up being like the biggest coming out story ever. But to me, it felt natural because I was doing something that was true to me. It didn't feel like, oh my God, you know, now Portia's dating a woman. Everybody else probably reacted to it way more than I was in the moment. I was just enjoying her. And you know me, I'm a hopeless romantic. I just want to scream from the rooftop. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody needs to know, you know, I am with her and I am happy and it's the best thing ever. And so I think that's how I presented.
When did you know you was into?
Oh, I should. Oh, that kind of. Ooh, y'all get it. Y'all get it. Bravo, Portia. Bravo, y'all. Portia is acting her ass off because I don't believe nothing she said. I don't believe her rent-a-cop boyfriend Mike, and I don't believe this girlfriend crush. I just this how I picture Portia, honestly. And this is my opinion. I'm not spreading what I seen, heard. This is my opinion. I picture Portia at her house with her sister, and she be like, Lauren be like, well, what are you gonna do this season? What are you gonna do this season? And she be like, I don't know. What you think? Well, what about if you get Patrice to come on the show? And what about if you get Mike to come on the show? You know what? Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, that'll be bitch. That'll be a storyline for him, won't it? That's how I feel like Portia sits back and talk. Like honestly. I'm sorry, I'm not buying none of this. I honestly think Portia is still in love with Dennis, and Dennis is still in love with Portia because after that scene they pulled the other night, it gave fake. Oh, let's just drum up something because the cameras is here. But they both were drinking, and then it rolled into some actual feelings of what's his name? Dang, I forgot. Oh, of Dennis. Dennis telling her, "You need to slow down. You don't know what you want. You don't know how to pick this, that, and the third." And then she calling him babe. And then she really arguing, "You can't be in my business." And then he going and check for the flower. It's giving. They both still in love. They was in love when she was getting with Simon. And I really didn't think Portia was gonna go through with Simon's wedding, but she did. So, and this is another clip I want to get into. Portia said, a clip popped up. She did this interview right after her divorce, you guys.
I can't.
Let me see if I could hold on, wait. I'm gonna show y'all this. She did this interview right afterward. Uh-oh. Right after her divorce. Here you go. Already here you go. And I'm just like, some of this stuff is kind of contradicting the things she say to me personally.
It's lonely. I can't connect with other men. You know, it's like people trying to introduce me, but it's just when it's not the same, it's not the same. So I'm gonna do it different this time. I'm gonna be alone until I'm whole. And then when I'm whole, then I will, open myself back up so I don't make the same mistake again. When you go through a bad enough breakup, you're like, I don't like nobody. Like, you're like, I don't like nobody. I was sitting there, I was like, do I like women enough? Can I get with a woman? Like, who can come in and fill this void? Like, oh my God, somebody. I have got to be able to sit with someone and feel a part of what I felt with him. But I don't yet. It'll come. It'll come. But I'm like, and I think that now that I'm realizing that, because what I've decided is that I'm not going to look for it anymore. So I'm not going to like push myself into dating or anyone or trying to figure out, who do I like? Who could I be around? Because this is probably also part of healing. I mean, just sitting with this, sitting with being alone, sitting with the loss, and let myself heal the loss. And I know I'm crying right now, but I feel good every day, each day. I get better each day. I feel stronger. But I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard living lonely when you know you have to live lonely for a while.
No, that's sad as hell. What you mean living lonely? If you can't be by yourself, then who can you be with? Why would you even want to be? You don't need to be with nobody else if you cannot be by yourself. What do you mean sitting in this and being lonely? And I don't want to seem like I'm going too hard, but see, I don't know if I've shared this on my channel. My father passed when I was young. So all I've ever seen around me are strong women. My mom was a strong Black woman. Lonely. I ain't never heard my mama sit around talking about lonely. It's a problem if a woman can't be by herself. And you just got to be with somebody, jumping from relationship. And you got to heal first. You want somebody to be there to help you heal through this hurt. Lonely. It's painful being lonely. Your own company should be me, myself, and I is my best company. I love being by myself. Of course, I understand wanting to have a significant other, but the bottom line is you can't love somebody else if you can't love yourself. Oh, you better preach, boy. You better preach. You can't love somebody else if you can't love yourself. You can't sit in a lonely by yourself. And then I'm like, what about your child? I'm about to log off of Portia. I'm about to log off of Portia. I think it was one more thing I wanted to talk about with her, which was now that interview I just played y'all. It's been several months ago. It might even been about a year ago. Not only did she come out about being healed, but she comes out accepting her part.
And we cast new housewives or friend ofs. We assign a housewife to them.
Right.
I just
of her, what they call it? Oh God, what they call it, y'all? What's that Jada Pinkett and them call it? I can't think of it. An entanglement. Her entanglement where she stole that lady husband.
Cynthia Bailey's podcast, and I said to her, the network said, you're going to meet Nene, and hopefully Nene likes you. But Nene's going to be your friend, and that's you're going to come in with.
That's just bringing you in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I remember with Fallon, it was the same thing with you. And I remember saying to the world, like, I'm not Portia apologist, but what I need you guys to understand as a producer is there wasn't a friendship there. And I think when it came to you, did you not think at the time that, oh shit, they're going to think I took this woman's husband?
You know, here's the thing. I take full accountability for my part in the optics, okay? And I take full accountability for not speaking to the narrative once again. At that time, I just didn't feel like it was my place. You know, the things that I knew about her and his relationship, it did not feel like it was my place. I had heard her do an interview and she was like, well, if I'm pregnant, I'll say so. Me, I'm a woman. I'm gonna respect that. If she wants to tell that about herself while that's on her.
Because you knew she was pregnant at the time and you were protecting the story.
It was not my
Carlos, please.
place.
It wasn't your place.
Yeah, it just wasn't my place to speak on.
It wasn't her place to be with that man and he was still married.
I knew it very early on. You know, it was one of the reasons that, you know,
it don't matter what was going on if she was pregnant or not. The bottom line is the couple was still married, legal by the law. They were still married. And then you pretended, even though you say, oh, you didn't know her, the producer, you knew of her. You knew of her. You knew you were going to be filming with her. You knew you were sleeping with her man. Y'all, Portia been on TV entirely too long. She playing too many games. Portia's playing in our face. Y'all, I can't deal with it. Y'all, all I got to say is City Girls is down a bunch and MJ is up. Okay? MJ is up. Michael's up. City Girls down. Drew, Megan, and Portia, all three of them. I know I merged them all in there together, but that's what I wanted to talk about, y'all. Last but not least, I said we got to get into our real moment of the day, y'all. Our real moment of the day is I did want to report on the people have gone crazy. Y'all president got these people feeling real bold. Real bold. Check this out. I seen this clip on here. Let me share it. Hold on, wait. Shout out to IG. Hold on, wait. Y'all seen this clip on here? Who is this? BF Daily. They BF Daily. Where it said a seemingly drunk white man repeatedly uses the N-word on the ATL belt line and got slapped and punched. Check this out.
What is that?
I need you. Let me tell you something.
They getting real bold. I need some caption.
I need to do what? Need to go down the sidewalk. Don't you ever call me my nigger. Don't you fucking hear me? Come here. Get your ass. How about you do your job? Where are my glasses?
As he should.
Go back later, are you?
What is that?
Look at Becky coming in the room.
Get the fuck out.
Oh.
Get the fuck out.
I don't know what yet. Hey, this point, y'all know who's going right.
That got enough fat right back in him. Call somebody else in. I'm waiting on one to pull up on me. I ain't been in a fight in a long time. And I don't really like fighting because, look, I got sickle cell and everything. Send me in a crisis, have my wrist and stuff. You hit me, I'm calling the police. But now I can't fight. Don't test me. Now I ain't been in one a long time. I don't like fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter. But now I know how to defend myself. And I am concealed. So don't try me. And I mean that. That's on per God, for real. But y'all, it was reported. Did y'all know that after this went viral on the internet, and I'm going to look this up in my state, and you should do the same in yours, but the internet immediately pulled up that the Georgia legal code turns out that a slap and those punches may have been fully protected by the Georgian law. A Georgian trial lawyer confirmed on X in Atlanta that provoking someone with a racial slur has legal consequences for the one doing and provoking it. Appropriate. It says a person charged with any offense of simple assault or simple battery may introduce in evidence any opprobrious or abusive language used by the person against whom force was threatened or used, and that the tier of facts may, in its discretion, find that the words used were justification for simple assault. Simple a daggone assault. Let me see if I can do in case of MF roll up on me. In case of roll up on me. I need to let me see. I'm gonna say oppress. Look, what is it?
Appropriate.
NC. Let's see. NC law. It's a disturbance and it's unlawful. So that's a no. Y'all need to know, because we living in these days where people really don't care. I mean, the racism is blatantly in our faces, guys. So you need to know these things. You need to be prepared for the days that we are going into, seriously. Because I mean, I've seen some things and I just decided to choose that one because I was like, oh wow, it's legal in case someone tried to provoke you using racial slurs to get in that ass. And I mean that. And y'all, on that note, in case you got to get in somebody's ass, you better know the law. And you better give them a good one. Because if they roll up on me using the N-word, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a big problem. But on that note, y'all, that is our real headline for today, y'all. This has been Real CT Live. I am your boy, the Real CT, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I repeat, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this page. Thank you for, joining, subscribing, viewing. Thank you for all the love, y'all. I'm wishing y'all nothing but peace, blessings, and safety and love, y'all. Peace, blessings, safety, and love. And on that note, I am your boy, the real CT, y'all. Y'all know I'm going to bring you nothing but real moments, real headlines, real life, real CT. And on that note, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.